If you've ever felt awkward or self-conscious or just completely in your head during sex, or if you've avoided initiating because you didn't feel sexy enough, or you've faked enjoyment just to get it over with, this video is for you. My name's Hannah, also known as the Libido Fairy, and I have helped hundreds of women reconnect to their pleasure and feel confident in the bedroom. So today I'm sharing 5 real, grounded, actually effective ways to build authentic sexual confidence, starting from the inside out. And these aren't just tips that you could Google or ChatGPT. These are strategies that actually work for women who've spent years stuck in shame or guilt or feeling like they just can't own being turned on or sexy and are finally ready to feel free from that. So let's just get into it. The first step is this, and it's a big one: letting go of the guilt and the shame that you're carrying. For so many women, sex was never introduced to us as something that was safe or positive. It was secret or shameful or something to perform for someone else. And that really sticks with us. Shame is when you feel too much, not enough, bad, broken, or wrong. In my experience growing up around sex, I internalized a lot of shame because there were no conversations about sex, and my first time was painful and uncomfortable, and all of my friends seemed to have like nice, fun sexual experiences. And I was like, okay, well, I can't talk about how bad mine was. So I felt awkward, I felt wrong, I felt not normal because I had a bad experience and they all seemingly had amazing experiences. And I was like, all right, well, something definitely wrong with me. And for years, I carried this quiet belief that I was bad at sex or broken or just not sexy. You were not born feeling ashamed about sex. That was something that was taught to you. And the best part about realizing that it's not yours and that it was taught to you is that if you learn something, you can learn something else. Like, we are adaptable. We have the ability to learn. And just because we learn something when we're very young and it has some emotional imprint does not mean that we can't learn something different. So when those feelings come up for you, like when you feel embarrassed about asking for something in bed, or you find yourself frozen, or you just catch yourself feeling guilty for enjoying using your vibrator, pause there and just like have a moment of compassionate dialogue with yourself. Like literally saying out loud, this is natural. Pleasure is a part of life. I deserve to feel good. This practice is not a one-time thing. Just like your beliefs about sex and this guilt and shame has taken time to set into your system because it was maybe repeated a lot of times over and over and reinforced, you also have to apply that same level of rigorous practice to rewriting the story in your head. Now we're going to talk about more techniques around creating authentic confidence in sex. But before we go, if you are loving this conversation so far, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe. Okay, the second way to build confidence is to stop performing and start playing, start having fun. So many of us learned that sex is supposed to look like this scene from a movie where her hair is perfectly done, her body's sculpted, there's no awkward noises or pauses or weird moments, there's no bodily sounds at all. And if we don't match that image, then we think that we're doing it wrong. But sex is supposed to be about experimentation, exploration, and being free. It can be fun, it can be playful, it can be lighthearted. One of the things that actually helped me so much and feel more confident is remembering that. It's like sex isn't about performing or getting it right. It's about curiosity and enjoying myself. And that was such a block for me for so long because I really thought that I had to look like a Victoria's Secret model, like my hair blowing back. I had to look like a porn star or all these images that we see in movies and culture. And I was like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm going to let that go. And what does sexy actually mean to me? And when I realized that I get to choose how I want to be in that space, it was so fun. I'm like super goofy, so weird. I love laughing in bed. I love making silly noises and doing like silly random role-playing scenarios. Like, think back to when you were a kid playing imagination games and being so present in the moment, just playing. That's how sex can be too, like so innocent and playful and creative and imaginative. And when you let go of how you think that you should be and start embracing who you actually are, you feel more at ease, more present, and so much more confident. Okay, tip number 3 is about body connection. And most women are taught to look at our bodies from the outside, to judge, critique, to compare. But confidence comes from how you feel in your body, not analyzing it. After struggling with major disordered eating in college, I really, really disliked my body, was very disconnected from it. But I started rebuilding my relationship with my body through touch, not just sexual touch, like gentle, intentional, loving touch, holding my face, running my fingers like down my arms in the shower, giving myself hugs. You don't need to wait until your body looks different to love it. And in fact, I don't recommend you change your body at all to love it. Start connecting with it right now, using breath, movement, exploring sensation to come back to yourself. Tip number 4 is all about pleasure. It's about taking back the narrative that we're supposed to give pleasure to our partners and refocusing that attention on what gives us pleasure. For most of us, it is so easy to give and focus outwards, and it's so hard to receive pleasure in all of its forms: compliments, indulgences, sensation, touch, enjoyment, attention, loving presence. The more we allow ourselves to receive, the more confident we become. And learning what gives you pleasure is so crucial. So start paying attention to what opens your body up, what opens your heart, what excites you. And when you see that, lean into more of it. Like, how much more can you actually receive? How good can it feel? One of the things that one of my coaches, Marie, taught me is this question is, what would make this a 10? Like, going around your life, everywhere you go, what would make this a 10 for me? And then doing those things is a great exercise. Now, finally, tip 5 is the deepest, and it's about integrity. I don't feel good about myself. I don't feel confident when my words don't match my actions, or when my actions don't align with my values. So if I'm overgiving, if I'm overextending myself, not setting boundaries, saying things that I don't mean, not speaking up for myself, not following through with the promises that I make to myself, not taking care of my body, feeding my mind junk. That's how I have built the most confidence and freedom in my entire life, is when there's no discrepancy between who I believe that I am, who I say that I am, and then how I act in the world in alignment with that. When the way you act matches the version of you that you're becoming, you will genuinely feel unstoppable, like inside the bedroom and out. I always tell my clients that every action is a vote for the person that you are becoming. So if you want to be someone who feels sexy and free and confident in bed, how does she act? How does she speak? What choices does she make? And are your current actions aligned with that? When you consistently show up for yourself, even in really, really small ways, you build the kind of trust within yourself that creates deep and lasting confidence, and that carries over into every scenario in your life, including in the bedroom. So those are 5 ways to build real confidence in the bedroom. Let go of shame, stop performing and start playing, reconnect with your body, indulge in more pleasure, and act in alignment with who you are becoming, because you deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel confident in yourself, and you don't have to wait for anyone else to give you permission to do that. Now, go watch this next video about how to have more satisfying sex for women, where I break down how you can actually enjoy sex again and feel good in your body every step of the way. So thanks for being here, and I will see you there.